Okay, so we talked a little bit about scales, and that can be a bit overwhelming. So let's look at the two scales I think would benefit you the most, specifically for playing the Darrell Scott song. One would be the D minor pentatonic in the first position. A million. You can just go crazy with it, slathered all over the place. The other scale, it's in the book in the pentatonic section, the sliding major pentatonic scale. You may already have played with it, but I'll just give you just a quick explanation of that. Major pentatonic scale is the root, the 2, the 3, the 5, and the 6 of the major scale. If I start on G, the pattern is this. 3, whole step, over, whole step. And it's called the sliding scale because it's usually played like that. It's very easy. The power of that scale is that we take the major and minor pentatonic scale. The minor pentatonic scale is root, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 7, which means that in a minor pentatonic scale, the 1 chord, and the 4 chord, and the 5 chord, the roots of those chords are represented in that scale. So within just that one scale, I can play a line and tag the root of every chord in the 4-chord progression without ever leaving that scale. The major pentatonic does not contain the 4th, so you have to either add the 4th, which would make it a hexatonic scale, Allman Brothers, or you can apply this concept of this simple little pattern, but put it over every chord rather than play one global scale over the whole chord sequence. I'm going to play the key of G. G. In fact, I'm going to set up a little loop here. So here's G, C, D, G, C, D. So if I play the minor pentatonic scale, here's the G. I play the root of each of those chords within the scale. G, C. Now, with the major pentatonic scale, I can do this. Take that one pattern and play it over each chord. So root G, C, D. So that gives you a really nice device to use when you're playing with someone else, or if you're playing by yourself. The fact that this pattern is so easy. I'm playing it here. It's very easy to jump into that pattern right out of a chord and keep the rhythm of the song going without derailing, because you're playing the solo line. In that Darrell Scott tune, you could you find the D root here. Those are 3 Ds. Down here, one whole step over. You probably play it all the time, and maybe you don't realize that what that is that sliding scale. Then go to the root over here. A lot of licks he's playing are out of this shape. He's kind of tacking into touching on several different shapes of the scale. But if you start recognizing in each of these little scales, you won't be playing these notes just at kind of outer space up the neck. So minor, major, very useful. Okay. The other thing, the diminished arpeggio, which I can play in standard tuning. It's in the book in a couple of different fingerings. It's simply a minor third, minor. Okay. Got to cheat over on the second string, or on the second string you can go. You get the second string, but put your ring finger down and stay all in the same position. And then in position. And you know, the thing about that, let's explain that diminished chord in that Darrell Scott song. That it's a little. You can kind of squeeze it in there. But the thing is, because in the diminished chord, every note is the root. If I'm playing a little diminished chord here, I can take any note and play a diminished arpeggio off of it. And so that gives you a lot of flexibility. Plus, once you if you add, let's say I come out of this chord and I just play those minor thirds up the neck, at any time I can stop and add the chord to it, because every note in the chord is the root. Simple. And the final note of the day would be the three-note chords. You know this. You've played that a million times. The E over G sharp, A over C sharp. That's what you're doing. I'm going to G over B. Okay. What you do, you add this little passing chord. That's the same shape as that chord you land on up here. C and D. You can go up there, or you can go to the I'm sorry. So the one thing you can also add, if you take this pattern and you add a chord in between these, so you go from this G to, this is really what you're doing. You're kind of playing, there's a lot of ways to analyze this. You're kind of playing diatonically up the neck. This is really 1, the 2, and the 3 chord, if you think about it. But I don't think about it. So I just play the shape. And then after that second shape, move it up 1 fret and pull your index finger up so you'll have a diminished chord. That got this. Easy as that. I'll send you a tab with this video as well. Anyway, I hope this clears up something we were talking about, and see you next week.